Alright, good morning everyone. We are here with break 373, another 25 Elite combo break featuring the 25 Elite Hobby Case, 25 Elite Priority and USA Box. Our team list for today: Broncos, Mike Bekker; Raiders, Bekker; Bulldogs, Ben Patterson; Sharks, David McFarlane; Dolphins, Aaron Livingstone; Titans, Scott Sager; Manly, Karen Adnum; Storm, Luke McGuire; Knights, Kane, Freeman; Cowboys, Peter Lowe; Eels, Dean Ryan; Panthers, Luke McGuire; Rabbitohs, Eddie Sheridan; Dragons, Warren Stoddart; Roosters, Michael Slattery; Warriors, Scotty Murray; Tigers, Dylan Cameron. Let's change screens. G'day everybody. There's our chat. G'day Michael, Ben, team list. Alright, there we go. So we have our Priority and our USA. I thought I'd moved my camera. I might have. But we'll be right. Time to build the wife's set now. Alright. Let's find out who our case card is. Number 18, RTS for the Warriors. Alright. Box number 1. Bring that team list back. In the reps, Dylan Edwards. New break listed this morning, selling out quick. Zach Lomax marquee for the Eels. Ryan Madison parallel for the Eels. Marquee Keezy Apps for the Tigers. Black League sensation, only a few packets in. Number 26, Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. Already got the Roosters in the break listed this morning, chasing that one. Angus Crichton parallel for the Roosters. Yeah, I was surprised how quick that one moved. New recruit Asaya for Panthers. Ruby Mojo, Raiders checklist, number 35. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Clint Gufferson for the Eels. Yeah, the 1-on-1s and golden tickets have been on fire this year. Sapphire Storm checklist. Number 3. Jesse Arthur's parallel for the Broncos. Marquee Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Eliza Katoa, parallel for Storm. Jessica Surgis in the Reps. Jillaroos in the Vegas. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. Brian Daly M for Panthers. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. White Young Guns, Jacob Laban for the Warriors. Number 211. Panthers parallel checklist. In the Reps, James Fisher Harris. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. This is Zahara Tamara Dally M for the Raiders. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for Bulldogs. In the Reps, Keely Joseph. Pink Diamond. Number 15. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Parallel Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. New recruit, Shabarsky for the Broncos. Jackson Ford, Vegas for the Warriors. Tom Gilbert, parallel for the Dolphins. And that is box 1 done and dusted. Shanice Parker in the reps. No, we haven't opened many. Golden Age, number 97 for the Storm. Jarrell Skelton for the Tigers. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. We seem to be hitting mainly Master Series 6. But we also haven't really opened that many cases for the site either yet. Christian Ruby Mojo, number 5. James Schiller, parallel for the Knights. Lindsay Collins in the reps. Marquee Reese Welsh for Broncos. Murray Talagi, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Number 12, Dallin Watine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Rabbitohs, parallel checklist. New recruit, Ben Hunt for Broncos. Masters Series in the Knights. Isaiah Katoa, parallel for the Dolphins. Xavier Coates in the reps. Marky Mark, Black Young Gun for the Roosters, 149. Jermaine Hopgood, parallel for the Eels. Pink Diamond, number 12, Mahalia Murphy for the Eels. Ryan Pappenhausen, parallel for Storm. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Vegas, Roger Tuivasa Sheck for the Warriors. Valentine Holmes, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Jerome Lowe for Tigers. Tiana Penatani, Dally M for the Sharks. Manly, parallel checklist. Marquee, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Tom Dearden for the Cowboys. Regan Campbell Gillard, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Stefano for the Storm. White Young Guns, Kai Pierce Paul for the Knights. In the Gillaroos, Millie Elliott in the reps. 2 packets left for box number 2. New recruit, James Fisher Harris for the Warriors. Cameron McInnes, Vegas for the Sharks. Dominic Young, parallel for the Roosters. Box number 3. Ruby Mojo, Matt Burton for the Bulldogs, number 53. Dolphins, parallel checklist. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Vegas, Blake Brayley for the Sharks. Zach Lomax, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Daly M. Samima Torfa for the Raiders. Adam Dewey, parallel for the Tigers. Azai Yo in the reps. Marquee Kira Dib for the Cowboys. Jacob Saifiti, parallel for Knights. Gold marquee Nathan Cleary for the Panthers, number 5. We've got Panthers, Luke McGuire. Isaac Tago, parallel for Panthers. New recruit Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Amali Olaka R2, parallel for Manly. Jesse Arthurs in the reps. Black Young Guns, number 52. Max Plath for the Dolphins. Tommy Dearden, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee Jerome Luai for the Tigers. Dally M. Eliza Katoa for the Storm. Reed Marnie, parallel for the Bulldogs. You recruit Cooley for the Dolphins. You recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Xavier Savage, Vegas for the Raiders. Jamie Humphries, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Payne Haas in the reps. White Young Guns, number 42, Jack Howarth for the Storm. Ali, parallel for the Warriors. Kira Dib in the reps. Reece Walsh, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. 2 packets left for box number 3. Sapphire Mojo Jack Williams for the Eels, number 11. Kale Iro parallel for the Sharks. Ryan Pappenhausen marquee for the Storm, and that finishes off the box. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Marquee, Jesse Southwell for the Knights. Christian parallel for the Dragons. Marquee, Teddy for the Roosters. Raiders parallel checklist. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Ruby Mojo Isaiah Yo for Panthers, number 47. Lachlan Galvin parallel for Tigers. Payne Haas marquee for the Broncos. And our spotlight booklet, number 27, Stefano Utakamanu for the Storm. Parallel Bronson Sherry for the Bulldogs. Who's got Storm today? Luke McGuire. New recruit Cooley for the Dolphins. In the Blues for the Masters Series. Also James Fisher Harris parallel for the Warriors. Romy Teetle in the reps. Nathan Cleary, Vegas for Panthers. Payne Haas parallel for the Broncos. Dally M. Joseph Atapane for the Raiders. Bradman Best parallel for the Knights. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. White Young Guns Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks. Number 12. Campbell Graham parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Isaiah Ioni for the Eels. Dally M. Lauren Brown for the Titans. Jaden Campbell parallel for the Titans. Josh Kerr in the reps. Isabel Kelly in the Gillaroos. Pink Diamond, Aromi Teetsel for the Broncos, number 33. The Hammer, parallel for Dolphins. Fourth last packet for box number 4. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Emerald Mojo, number 7. Zach Lomax for the Eels. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Vegas, Tamika Upton in the Gillaroos. Jack Howarth, parallel for the Storm. And that's the end of box number 4. Marquee Liam Martin for Panthers. Cody Walker, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Emerald Mojo, number 20. Paul Alamotti for the Panthers. Adam Fanua Blake, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Vegas, Chanel Harris Tavita for the Warriors. Ryan Totter, parallel for Panthers. Marquee, Jamie Chapman for the Titans. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Golden Age, number 25 for the Titans. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. Julia Robinson, Delhi M for the Broncos. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. New recruit, Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Thomas Duffy, parallel for the Cowboys. In the Reps, Azali Faye. Victor Radley, parallel for the Roosters. Ruby Mojo, hammer for the Dolphins, number 22. Adokar, parallel for Eels. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Now, spotlight patch, number 18, white for the Roosters. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee, Big Papa for the Raiders. Daly M, Adam Fanua Blake for the Warriors. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. Open up. There we go. Vegas. And Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Heavy Farmer, parallel for the Dolphins. Ivania Elite in the reps. New recruit Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. White Young Guns, Lycan King for the Dragons, number 45. Yep. Broncos parallel checklist. Jack Whiten in the reps. And last packet for box number 5. Pat Kerrigan in the reps. Alright, halfway through the case. Not quite halfway through the break. Black Young Guns, Chevy Stewart for the Raiders. Number 67. Gotta remember to hold it over this side, just a touch. Damien Cook, parallel for the Dragons. Marquee, Dallin Watin Zalesniak for the Warriors. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit for Manly. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Corey Horsburgh, Vegas for the Raiders. Titans parallel checklist. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Vegas Dylan Edwards for the Panthers. Warriors parallel checklist. In the reps, Lauren Brown. New recruit Stefano Utikamanu for Storm. In the Master Series for the Knights, Big Papa parallel for the Raiders. Angus Crichton in the reps. Terrell May, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Pink Diamond, Georgia Roach for the Knights, number 4. Lehe Hopewate, parallel for Manly. Marquee Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Dally M, Alafiana Khan Piera for Titans. Reese Robson, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit James Fisher Harris for the Warriors. White Young Guns, number 195, Clayton for Manly. Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. Dally M, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Nico Hines, parallel for Sharks. Kalen Ponga in the reps. Big Tino, a Ruby Mojo for the Titans, number 44. Lindsay Smith, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Julia Robinson. Gold Marquee, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys, number 4. Cameron Munster, parallel for Storm. Last packet to box number 6. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. In the reps, Jaden Campbell. Emerald Mojo. Number 10. Wade Egan for the Warriors. Spencer Lanu, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Pink Diamond, Christian for the Tigers. Number 27. Will Warbrick, parallel for Storm. New recruit Marky Mark for the Roosters. Taryn Aiken, Vegas for the Jillaroos. Jacob Preston, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. Marquee, Kalen Ponga for the Knights. Vegas, Dane Laurie for Panthers. Lachlan Ilias, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Asaya Ayongi for the Eels. In the Blues Masters Series, Big Tino, parallel for Titans. In the reps, Ben Hunt. Parallel, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Number 126 with the Knight again in the Masters Series signature. Ronaldo Mulatalo, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Ruby Mojo, Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys, number 45. Nathan Cleary, parallel for Panthers. Marquee Tegan Berry for the Dragons. Dally M, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Tommy Turbo, parallel for Manly. Dally M, Julia Robinson and Sheridan Gallagher. So that'll get randomised between those two teams. Ben Hunt, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. White Young Guns, Liam Henry for Panthers, number 200. Cowboys parallel checklist. Marquee, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Chance Nico Klokstad, parallel for the Warriors. 2 packets left for box number 7. You recruit Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Kennedy Sherrington in the reps. And that's box 7 done and dusted. Box number 8. Our 5th last box of the break. You recruit Hohepa for the Sharks. White Young Guns, Charlie Geimer for the Eels, 158. Big Gufferson, parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Reece Walsh. And our BD, number 4, Reece Walsh for the Broncos. Mike Bekker. AJ Brimson, parallel for the Titans. New recruit, Lazarus for the Storm. Gold Marquee, Jamie Chapman, number 33 for the Titans. Sebastian Chris, parallel for the Raiders. Marquee, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Braden Trindle, Vegas for Sharks. Tigers parallel checklist. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. Knights in the Masters Series. Kalen Ponga, parallel for Knights. Tamika Upton in the reps. Parallel Jai Arrow for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Dally M Yasmin Clydesdale for the Knights. Sharks parallel checklist. In the reps, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Marquee Adenfanua Blake for the Sharks. Dylan Edwards parallel for Panthers. New recruit Sanua Taruva for the Tigers. Vegas Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Ruben Garrick parallel for Manly. In the reps, Lily Ann White. Ruby Mojo, number 7. Chance Nico Coxstad for the Warriors. Jackson Purdue parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. 3 packets left for box number 6. Black Young Guns Lachlan Galvin for the Tigers. Number 67. Teddy parallel for the Roosters. Marquee Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Teddy Dally M for the Roosters. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. And that's the end of another box. 8 boxes down, 4 to go. New recruit, Asaya for Panthers. New recruit, Slattery Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Vegas, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Graham Hughes, parallel for Storm. Sapphire Mojo, Marky Mark for the Warriors. Number 25. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. Marquee, Apasai Coruscant for the Tigers. Gold Marquee. Oh, sorry. Bradman Best for the Knights. Number 61. Jermaine Isako, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. Dally M, Casey Array for the Dragons. Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. Masters Series in the Blues. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. Harry Grant in the reps. Vegas, Jess Surgis for the Gillaroos. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. White League Sensations, 65. Victor Radley for the Roosters. Don't know if it's real or not, but part of the charges I've seen with Brendan Smith this morning is him supplying Victor. So The question was with that no drug policy at Roosters. I know it's in the game, but apparently they're extra strict. Will Victor now get the boot because of it? New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Ruby Mojo, number 23. Brian Madison for the Eels. I reckon it's who's trying to drag who down though, because I don't think Brendan Smith would be trying to add more to his thing. Bo Fermor parallel for the Titans. I'm assuming it was probably text messages that got that one. Huh? There you go. Someone's phone come into a... I haven't seen the whole story, just bits and pieces. I just found it. Seen the Victor Bradley thing quickly this morning. Marquee, Reuben Cotter for the Cowboys. Dally M, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Jamal Fogarty, parallel for the Raiders. Jamie Chapman in the reps. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Smith has had so many issues, to be honest. He has named Bradley and apparently Billy Smith. So he's naming names, right? So this happened on the golf trip that Brendan wasn't on. White Young Guns, Robert Toya for the Roosters. Number 50. Apasai Coruscant, parallel for the Tigers. Ali Brigginshaw in the reps for the Jillaroos. 3 packets left for box number 9. Right, Fletcher Sharp. I looked at the head. Parallel for the Knights. In the reps, Quincy Dodd. Marquee, Abby Church for the Eels. And Marky Mark for the Roosters. Put that in the box. Last box of the case. Let's see if there's any surprises left. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. White Young Gun, Max Platt for the Dolphins, number 36. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Bree Chester. Sapphire Mojo. Number 27 of 27. Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs. Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Parallel, Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors. Marquee Valami kick-out for the Bulldogs. Hudson Young, Vegas for the Raiders. Corey Pay, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit for Manly. In the Blues for the Masters Series. Blake Brayley, parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, Zach Lomax. White League Sensations. Number 44. Valami kick out for the Bulldogs. Liam Martin, parallel for Panthers. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Dally M. Keely Davis for the Roosters. Milwaukee Fodawaika, parallel for Titans. Taron Aiken in the reps. Marquee Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders. Joseph Tarpanay parallel for the Raiders. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Vegas Isaiah Yo for Panthers. Rome Luai, parallel for Tigers. I'll get open. The Hammer reps for Dolphins. A Ruby Mojo. Number 29, Eliza Katoa for the Storm. Knights, parallel checklist. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Golden Age, 56 for the Tigers. Jai Gray, parallel for the Rabbitohs. 2 packets left for the last case, the last box in the case. Marquee, Big Tino for the Titans. Jerome Hughes, Dally M for Storm. Jeremy Marshall King, parallel for the Dolphins. Alright, USA, here we come. Young Guns, Chevy Stewart for the Raiders, 105. The Hammer, parallel for Dolphins. Bree Chester in the reps. Emerald Mojo. Number 5. Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Pink Diamond. Number 18. Bree Chester for the Cowboys. Bronson Sherry, parallel for the Bulldogs. And our Super Boot. Number 23. Sandon Smith for the Roosters. Show that number. There we go. Sharks parallel checklist. Stars and Stripes. Number 31. Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. In the Blues for the Masters Series. Payne Haas, parallel for the Broncos. Zach Lomax in the reps for the Blues. Marquee Liam Martin for Panthers. Vegas Paul Alamotti for Panthers. James Fisher Harris parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Asaya Ayongi for the Eels. Oh, Knights 101 bound. Dally M. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Don't know. It's a Ben Patterson just said it's a post on Facebook 9 minutes ago. Yes, definitely a few of them. The 101s, golden tickets have all been sent. A few of them, I mean, have been sent out from here, which is always good to know. Yeah, I would much prefer to be the one that opened it either way. Marquee Payne Haas for the Broncos. Jaden Campbell parallel for the Titans. Team Valentine Holmes with the Dragons. Posted on Diggers. Lucky Galvin parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. A Ruby Mojo. Not sure if this is the same colour. Sure, we've already hit one. Number 48. Storm Checklist. Might have been a sapphire we hit. Could have been a different break. Bradman Best parallel for the Knights. Days are all rolling into one at the moment. In the reps, Taryn Aiken for the Jillaroos. Fourth last packet for our USA. Marquee James Tedesco for the Roosters. Dally M. Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Campbell Graham, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Who knows, Ben, we might be going for 3. Who's got Storm? Luke McGuire, that's right. Stars and Stripes. Number 26, Blake Wilson for the Bulldogs. Hopefully she's a fan of him, mate. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. And last packet for the USA box. Vegas, Isabel Kelly in the Jillaroos. And Christian, parallel for the Dragons. Alright, we are now up to our final box. Our priority. New recruit, Mr. Gutho for the Dragons. Dally M. Kimberly Hunt for the Dragons. Selwyn Cobbo, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Olivia Koenig. In the priority marquee, number 5, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Ethan Strange for the Raiders. So, Ben, I'm curious, if Bulldogs hit the Masters SIG, is that then yours or hers? Vegas, Jackson Ford for the Warriors. Paul Alamonte, parallel for Panthers. Haha, mine, but hers. Reps, Keezy Apps for the Jillaroos. Ruby Mojo, Teddy for the Roosters. Number 36. Roosters aren't having a bad break. Who's got them today? Michael Slattery. Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. Yeah, don't worry. I got it, mate. I got it. Vegas, Jessica Surgis for the Jillaroos. Sam McIntyre, parallel for the Cowboys. DCE in the reps. Black Young Guns, Jacob Laban for the Warriors, 149. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. Marquee, Big Tino for the Titans, number 32. Dally M, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Sandon Smith, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Asaya for Panthers. Gold marquee, 85. Teddy for the Roosters. Ethan Strange, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Masters Series in the Knights. Sunil Taruva, parallel for the Tigers. Priority Young Gun, number 2. Dry Grey for the Rabbitohs. Storm parallel checklist. Connor Watson in the reps. Parallel, Jaden Sewer for the Dragons. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. 2 packets left for the break. And Sapphire Mojo, number 5. Reed Marnie for the Bulldogs. Everyone loves Reedy. Surely that's got to be a good one, Ben. Keanu Kinney, parallel for the Titans. And Marquee, Ruben Cotter, number 13 for the Cowboys. Alright, all packets are done. We have 3 randomizations to do. First will be our Dally M Broncos Knights. Second will be our Jillaroos cards. And third, but definitely not least, will be the Johnsies Master Series cards, which includes the Knight 126. So let's flick over. There we go. Alright, 3 times. Let's go. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Kane Freeman with the Knights. Let's go. Reset for our Gillaroos. Number 1, number 2, and lucky last, number 3, Scotty Murray with the Warriors. And final one, most important, is the Master Series cards with the signature. Here we go. Number 1, number 2, and lucky last, number 3, David McFarlane with the Sharks. There we go. Awesome. Well, thank you to everyone for joining us in today's break. Wasn't a bad one at all. Alright, I will see you tomorrow.